Welcome back to the Ed Show. Finally tonight, Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell's been all over TV attacking the Obama administration's interrogation of the alleged Christmas Day bomber. McConnell called it egregious and said Larry King could have done a better job questioning him. But McConnell didn't raise any objections when he was briefed on December 25th. Here's John Brennan, the president's top counterterrorism chief.
On Christmas night, I called a number of senior members of Congress. I spoke to Senators McConnell and Bond. I spoke to Representative Boehner and Hoekstra. I explained to them that he was in FBI custody, that Mr. Abdulmutallab was in fact talking, that he was cooperating at that point. They knew that in FBI custody means that there's a process that you follow as far as Mirandizing and presenting him in front of a magistrate. None of those individuals raised any concerns with me at that point. They didn't say, is he going into military custody? Is he going to be Mirandized? They were very appreciative of the information. We told them we'd keep them informed, and that's what we did.
Joining me now is David Rivkin, Senior Fellow at the Foundation for Defense of Democracies and co-chair of the Center for Law and Counterterrorism. Mr. Rivkin, thanks for your time tonight.
To be with you.
Why the Republican criticism so late when they knew the day it took place what was going on?
Well, first of all, they didn't. It's interesting that Mr. Brennan says that being in FBI custody is synonymous with being Mirandized. What's interesting is in the beginning of the administration, they announced the creation of something called HIG, High Interrogation Group, that was centered in the FBI. They specifically said that it did not mean that people would be invariably Mirandized. So Brennan is just factually wrong. But let me also point out, isn't it kind of silly to be talking in terms of, gee, why didn't the other side complain, instead of looking at the underlying substance of this? We're talking about somebody who was interrogated for 50 minutes, then interrogation was interrupted, he was Mirandized. I don't know of any serious interrogator who would not believe that we should have a go at him for several weeks.
But Mr. Rivkin, what you're saying right there may be true, but no Republican at the time had any objection for weeks on end on this issue.
Yeah, I just explained that they did not know that he was going to be Mirandized.
Well, you're assuming that.
No.
You're putting your credibility against Mr. Brennan, who says that they were told.
Well, no. Mr. Brennan said, the quote you just ran. Mr. Brennan said the following: they knew that Mr. Abdulmutallab was in FBI custody, and that invariably meant that he was going to be Mirandized. I'm telling you, but the administration high-level announcement, when they created this something called HIG, high-level interrogation group, specifically said that it did not mean that people would get Mirandized. So unless they could read Mr. Brennan's mind...
So Mr. McConnell, Mr. Bond, Mr. Boehner, Mr. Hoekstra knew right away that there's this new interrogation team, and they were led to believe that Miranda Rights were not being served up.
The notion that this person would be Mirandized, and by the way, let's forget about where he would be eventually tried. That's a different debate. But the notion that they could conceive that the administration would be so foolish as to Mirandize him in 50 minutes is quite frankly ludicrous.
Okay.
Of course they didn't conceive of it. It would have been crazy.
It looks like political posturing to me. We'll have you back to talk more about this. I'm interested to hear what you have to say. The president has said that not sure where we're going to have this trial. Good to have you on with us tonight.
Anytime.
In our text survey, I asked you...